with
I
Stanford. I
had
mean, I am doing it on Fathom, but anyway, yeah. What have you learned in getting through all of this? Because I know where you were at when your brother and uncle came to you with the change in the business.
yeah. Um, three things. Uh, I knew you were going to ask me, so I was trying to think of things while still listening. I didn't think of anything, but let me hold on. Give me 1 second. Um, no, I have a lot to be grateful for. I mean, I think the first thing into mind is my experience is so varied from day to day. Just because of the life I've created. Not everything's great, but there's a lot of the good things. And so, like, one day I'm doing this, next day I'm doing that. Um, Second thing is my relationship with my girls is really good right now. Not so much my wife. I mean, she's fucking crazy, I think. I think she's legitimately crazy, but I don't want to go into that. I don't know which one I'm going to get on any given moment, and that was what she's mad at me about. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I can't figure this out anymore. So I'm not going to. I'm just going to give her space for a little bit. Um,
Good for
but
you. You're taking care of yourself.
God, but yeah, she can be tough though. She holds on to anger, and I thought at 45 she'd be calmer. Whew, no. Um, but still good stuff there too. Just one of those lulls right now. Um,
So
Third,
here's a question I want you to ask her when she goes there.
okay,
Ask her what she's afraid of losing.
okay. Well, she's afraid of losing. What are you afraid of losing? Okay. The third thing, this one's a little more like vague, but I don't, I think it's the work here and just from the house and just the family business and just all the like I feel like anything's possible.
Hmm.
Um
Anything is possible.
and that idea excites me. Um and I just want to maximize that thought, and do the most with it I can.
So
Because I
that's
still
it.
find okay.
Keep going. Keep going. No.
I was gonna say sometimes I feel like like everyone compares each other. Sometimes I look at people and I'm like, man, I am so like, what am I doing with my life? Like you, Bill, you said you need to get out of the RV. I feel like I just stay in the house all day. I'm wearing sweatpants and a sweatshirt right now. I'm like, I need to like get out and like, I don't know, move that energy around and I find myself just getting stuck in the house. And it's all good stuff. I'm having sales calls, I'm working out, making myself lunch, but I feel like I need to like get out there and just but for some reason I just can't. I was supposed to go to a networking event tonight, and I was like, I really don't feel like doing that. And so I decided not to. No, I should have, because I can't get myself out of the house. Even though I'm happy, um, besides like social stuff on the weekends. But anyway, the manifestation, the possibilities is exciting.
Um, one of the issues, oh, both Stanford and Jamie, I'm going to come to you with this question. Okay. What did you call it when you were talking? You say, I find myself in a happy place, or what did you call it, Ryan? When
Just
I
now,
started, no, when I started to interrupt you, then I said, no, go ahead and finish.
um, but I find myself like kind of like a homebody. I become kind of
No, no,
comfortable
before
where I'm
that, you were
at.
talking about things being good. Where do you go? Here's the question. What's the space you go to in your energetic thoughts that's your home of expansion and possibility?
It's
Where
just
is
it's
that? Where is that for you?
um
Because if
just in
you're
my
there,
heart.
you're not in sabotaging yourself.
No, I don't think I'm sabotaging myself. I mean, I've
No,
been really
no.
good with like night eating. I haven't been eating late at night. I mean, good sleep, more or less. Um, it's where does it live? It's like in my heart, I guess. Like it's a feeling of abundance, and what's possible. Because
Hmm.
like this thing, even this house thing, I'm like, eventually we'll get it done. And I'm like, man, I never thought we could pull something like this off, and here we are. And so
Hmm.
it's exciting, you know. Still got struggles like everyone else, but um,
Well, no, you're just moving into new areas. You're moving into expansion. With expansion, there's resistance. Things are new. You don't understand. There's lack of clarity. You've got to go to the space to let it happen. It's like where Ronnie is, you know. Ronnie is literally got a position that he was looking to get like in 20 years. And it just happened only because he allowed the possibility. He hit Ronnie didn't get it because of his resume. I'll tell you that right now. Right, Ronnie? Are you unmuted, Ronnie? No, I'm not hearing you.
Is this better?
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, I said I totally agree.
Where's the place? How do you go to allow the possibility? Do you go read the words? Do you read your divine gifts? Is that what puts you in that space of possibility and expansion?
It definitely helped. It played like a huge part. Because it blocks away any like, negative thoughts I may have about myself and just understanding that like when I first started, you said these are your divine truth. This is, like what you breathe. So reading that, I'm filled with harmony, balance, beauty, perfection, peace, system, strategy, blueprint. Um,
Listen to him. Yeah.
yeah. And I just try to I really sit with that every single day and just really try to and it's crazy because when I finish reading my divine gifts, I sense my energy
You can
shift.
feel it.
Yeah,
Sure.
I feel it. So it's like I like to repeat it after I finish the gym, and it's like even in the morning, it's like you sense something shift inside your heart, and I love that energy. So I try to stay in that and walk
You
with it.
should. You should love it. It's you,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
How about you, Jamie? What are your thoughts on this?
What? Exactly.
I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
better.
Just on what exactly? What are my thoughts on what?
Where's the good place you go for the good, expansive, positive energy? What do you do? What action? Ronnie goes, reads his divine gifts and his words. What do you do? Are you doing that?
Um, no. Um, I mean, there's physical things I do, but but yeah, I mean, I try to just remove myself from like tunnel vision focus on like whatever I'm in doing and like take a step back and just kind of go to you know, like take a deep breath, go to um more of an expansive place, like when you think of the sky or so I just try to put myself in more of a bird's eye place and not so micro focused on like getting lost on my phone
Hmm.
or like too focused on like my thoughts or where, like lost in what I'm currently
Hmm.
presently sucked into. And I just remove I like third party like my entire yeah,
So,
presence.
would you like a suggestion?
Sure.
When you go there to that space, integrate your energy into it. And that means recognizing you are the sky, the stars, and everything is. Take it right to that higher place. Um, take your divine gifts and read them, read the words. You read those words, it changes your energy right away. Right away. And the more you read them, the more you use them, the more you use them, the more they happen.
I agree.
I mean, we, it's, you know, we're built for suffering in physical life. I mean, and I'm sorry, guys, but that's, look at what's just all around the world, all the suffering, everything is about suffering. Trump is president now. Everybody's talking about more sufferings, more suffering. All you got it by going to the sky, by becoming that and integrating yourself in it. You can go and hang out in who you truly are in your power. Does that make sense, Jamie?
Yeah, yeah, that part makes total sense. I feel
You've
I'm
got to
pretty
keep
good
telling
at
yourself.
like keeping myself in that space. Yeah, I just get um like lately what's been working me up is the physical aspects that aren't up to par where I want to be, where I'm at with my
Mhm.
career, where I'm at
Well, you've had a
financially.
lot of changes. Yeah.
Yeah, but I know, but yeah, I want to I feel change or no change. I feel like those things, I can create those things during change, without change, and um, and it's just kind of been way, chipping away at me
Yeah, it's
for a long
difficult.
time. So
So, Jamie, the place to go, it's obvious you have to do something different. And the most important thing you can do that's different is stepping away from you and allowing this energy, this God energy, your God, just be that, let it be in. Know that, we're all connected and you can say what you want. We are all one energetically. The universe, everything is one. And it's all just a vibration. Everything in life is about survival. And if your focus stays on survival, then that's what you're going to do is just struggle with survival.
yeah, I guess that's exactly it. That's the problem in itself is like when you look at finances or money, it turns into just instantly a survival mode, and then it feels stressful, and there's not enough, like there's not enough time, like all these things feel like um
And
so yeah,
the
but then it's like
the most
I don't really get
immediate,
clarity on it, but also like how much focus is on it too, I don't know, it's tricky. Because if I just
this
go
is
off
what,
and do stuff creatively and do the things, I feel like I suffer financially. Maybe that's my story. I don't know.
well, that is your story. How can you change it?
Yeah,
What can you do to write it differently?
yeah, that would be like making
What,
my creative the source of my income through creativity.
say that again?
Making the creativity the source of my income. Like it's all
Great.
one and not two separate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. You're not going to make it. Okay. You're going to allow it. You don't have to make it. You allow it. Do you get the difference in that?
Yeah,
I'm going to
well,
allow,
one
I'm
has
going to,
like resistance and the other one doesn't.
yeah, making it is working. So great. So here's the test. Are you committed to that?
Yeah.
What is one action that you can take right now? One thing in your life that you can change that will keep you focused on that commitment. You've got to change something because what you're doing isn't working. So what are you going to change? One thing that's going to help you stay focused and move towards that commitment.
Um, start trusting myself.
No, you got to take an action. You have to take a physical action. Okay. Will you accept an assignment from me?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I'm going to give you an assignment. This is a new action. Okay. And next week, I want you to report back in honestly how you did with it. Okay. But every morning, I want you to read the positive side of your life lessons and your divine gifts and the words and under each of them, just the positives out loud. That's all. I know you just moved. Do you still have access to those documents?
Yeah,
Will you do that?
for sure.
Okay. Do that. Just stay in opportunity and expansion as much as you can during the day, and then just see what happens. But you've got to understand that you're the one that's blocking the flow. So you want to take an action that allows.
Mm-hmm.
So you know the feeling of allowing your creativity, excuse me, to generate the revenue that you want to create, right?
Yeah.
So let's just make sure your words allow it. Let everything allow it. Speak not against it. The bills and stuff are all still going to be there. Don't worry about them. Just focus on the beauty of what you do and what you breathe. You know, if you don't, you just have to look at what your results have been. So we have to try something new. We have to step to a new level of responsibility. Don't worry about what it is. I just want you out in the possibility of it, the allowing of it. That's all. Because the more you allow it, the more it'll happen.
Mm-hmm.
When we create an intention and we want to manifest something, let me repeat this. The universe cannot say no. Are you aware of that? It has to deliver.
Question for you. What, as an example, like in your life, how has that manifested? If you have like a specific thing, like
Well, the whole RV I manifested.
mhm.
Didn't have the money for it. Didn't, just boom, there.
Hmm.
And my commitment for it was to be able to do research, focus on manifesting it. This was back in 2019, and it was to be completed prior to my birthday, which is October 31st. And it was.
Yeah.
and and the way it came together in late September was very unusual. But just one thing, I'll tell you how it came together. I was looking at online at RVs and just learning, getting more and more clarity and learning more and more about how I wanted to do this. And I saw one that was up in Oregon, Medford, Oregon. And it was like now, and it appeared to have everything that I thought I was looking for in it. I was living in Las Vegas, and ironically, Crater Lake National Park twice a year allow bicycles. People with bike, they shut the road down and they allow people with bicycles to ride around the entire lake up at Crater Lake National Park, which Crater Lake is just incredibly beautiful. And there was something I wanted to do. So I thought, oh, I'm going to drive up for that, which is quite a haul from Vegas. Anyways, I'm looking, well, because I was driving up there, I was only an hour and 20 minutes from Medford. But oh, I'll drive over and look at that RV. And when I walked into it, I stepped into it and said, son of a bitch. I knew the universe had called my bluff. There it was. It's like, okay, if you're going to do it, this is like, I just knew. It was kind of funny. That was my reaction when I stepped into it. Because it was all just beyond my comprehension. And then Stanford, you know what I did? I I look at it. It was the whole story's crazy. Told the guy, I said, yeah, I want to think about it. And I went back and just sat in my motel. I did more research on financing it and insurance and some other things. When I was looking at the financing and talking to the USAA that I deal with, they wanted $40,000 for it, and she gave me a totally different value on it, right? I was like, oh, really? I thought about it, and I went in and saw him. I said, okay, if you'll sell it to me, I think I said for 32, no, 31,000, I'll buy it. And he said, well, we have it on consignment. Let me talk to the owner. I'll get back to you. And this was I don't remember even what year it was, 2005. It was a Monaco, a very nice motorhome. But anyways, he got back. He said, well, they've got to put a new step on. It's going to cost them $1,500. So would you would you buy it for 32? I think they said. I said, sure. Anyways, ended up buying it, a tow dolly to trail my car, everything with it just came together. It was crazy. The tow dolly that I towed my car with, I I got back to Las Vegas. I was researching those. I had to get one because I was going to drive up with my car about a month later to pick it up. Started researching those, found the best one was out of North Carolina, Master Tow, and did some research and found a place in Chicago that had them that wanted to get rid of them. And these things sell for $2,000. And I got it from them for 1,200. They weigh 800 pounds and they shipped it to California free for me. But I ended up getting it for $800 less than the retail price. And they shipped it to California, no charge. They shipped it to the dealer for me. But it's just crazy stuff. It just flowed.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
That's cool.
And then when I got it, I lived in it. Even though I still had my house in Las Vegas, I actually started living in it immediately. That was my commitment. You're gonna do it? Do it. I mean, I didn't trust myself. If I didn't start living in it, I might just use it on weekends, right? I literally didn't trust myself, because I didn't know. I had no idea what I was doing. I'd never had a motorhome before. And here I am now, 5 years later. At 5.5, actually. Well, no, because it was October. So over 5 years. So now I have all this clarity and experience. You have any questions on RVs? I can answer a lot of questions.
You also have a different RV now.
I have a different RV. I even upgraded. Yeah, I got a nicer one, which I'm about to sell. Yeah, yeah, it's very nice. I said, oh no, I want to do this. I want to really step into abundance with it. It was a big, big deal.
Yeah, RVs cost a lot of money, especially the one that looks like you have, like where you drive it and it's big. Oh,
Yeah,
they're
this one new is probably 275.
yeah.
I would bet. Now, this is in 2018. And now I'm selling it. I, in fact, just listed it on RV Trader today, and I'm going to be looking at how I just put myself in the place of the greatest opportunity to get it sold as fast as possible so that I can do what I have absolutely positively no idea what I'm going to do. Zero. How's that? I mean, if somebody sees this thing and buys it next week, I have no idea what I'm doing.
But how does that work? Because you always talk about having clarity. So when are you going to get the clarity? Like, is it when you sell it, and like what's going to
Yeah,
happen?
I don't need it now. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if my worst come to worst, if I sold this really fast, uh, I've got a place in Vermont in May that I can use, from May to October. So
Okay.
I just, yeah, it'll be fine, right? But I'm not worried about it. What I am is putting my energy on finding the perfect buyer for this. The sooner I sell it, the happier I'll be. Just because I've committed to sell it. So my energy is around that. I'm detached from it. I love it. I appreciate it. Does that make sense? Stanford, what do you think of that whole explanation?
No, that makes sense. I just wanted some examples because I get a lot of people say manifest, manifest, and I don't exactly understand. I mean, I understand like in a mental state, but in like the real world application of it, sometimes it kind of goes this way. And so I'm just kind of like, how does that work exactly in in tangible terms?
Have you ever had any, I mean, what about your experience with it
Mine?
manifesting? Yeah. Like what is
I
something
don't
you've
know if
manifested?
it's,
Have you?
oops. I don't know if I've like consciously manifested something, at least not in my, it wasn't my awareness per se. It's just stuff flowed towards me. um that I was in maybe in sync with, but it wasn't like waking up in the morning and I'm trying to read something to get something manifested. It's not as procedural. It's for me, it's more like
Have you,
feeling something out, I guess, and maybe following that path. But
So
it's just
so have
yeah.
you done that though?
yeah, he
Have
Oh,
you
did.
read
reading
something
stuff and
every
but
morning?
no, not
Oh,
really.
so then I guess, yeah.
Well, wait
You
just a
need,
second. You manifested this relationship.
Well, yeah. But
Yeah,
it's
but
not
what do you mean?
but it
Like,
wasn't like looking in that. I mean, there was
but
more actually
that's,
going against it in my
oh, I would
mind.
just, I see, I disagree with that
Okay.
because what you were really doing was you're really just getting clarity on it, what actually happened. And the way I would describe my experience with you, Stanford, and what had happened with your last partner crossing over is you were able to sort out all the different pieces of it and to see the beauty of it,
Mm-hmm.
which brought you peace.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, created the energy that attracted the new relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Would you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, so in fact, what you were doing was looking at what didn't work for you in that what the now that you were a little further away from all your emotions around it and the loss, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So the more you got out of the way, the more it had the opportunity to appear. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. Yeah. I think it was more of well, I wouldn't say, maybe it was more of a natural progression because of the things that I was doing. It just kind of, like you're doing your, how do I say this? If you're clearing up the junk on the river, in the stream, the
Yeah,
water naturally will just flow.
right.
And so that's kind of how I approach that, as opposed to, I think, how I view most people doing manifestation, which is, it doesn't really click to me. It's a bit more artificial,
Right. No,
like a
no, no.
wishful thinking kind of thing, you
What
know?
you were what you were doing was with every piece of debris you took out of the river, more energy got created and you had more clarity. And that is a perfect example of how to live life. You're creating your problem. You're creating your suffering. Own it. How long do you want the insanity? I lived in it for a long time. I don't live a perfect life, but I'm very content. And I'm nowhere near the chaos that used to be in my life. Wow, it was nuts because I didn't know any better. I'm launching this new program. I am fully committed to it. And what I'm committed to is the way I'm going to be able to help people and attract more people into my programs with it. I don't care how it goes. I'm just committed. So whatever I've got to do from my end to fulfill that commitment, I'm going to do it. And the intention there is to generate $1 million a year coaching business. Very simple. That's the target for me. I'm a hell of a long ways from there right now. I can tell you that. A long, long ways. However, here I go. I'm going to do it. I'm going to take that journey. But I own it, and I'm at the same time totally honest about where I'm at this moment. And it's what's the most important thing I can do right now. I'm just taking care of a problem I have with my email list. It looks like we found the resolution today. 5,000 people on the list and not able to send emails out. We finally got it, because of all the regulations around emails.
Yeah, the
It's
records and
tough,
stuff.
man. Oh, it's tough. But it's like, oh wow, okay, that is tough. Then I'm going to relook at how I'm going to do my business plan and what I'm going to do to get to that place because of this. Because it's different than what I thought to begin with. Because I don't really know anything. I'm learning something every day. I don't know
Bill,
when
if
I'm
you
going
need,
to get it.
Bill,
Yeah.
if you need someone to help with the records, I've got someone. He works for my side
Thanks.
business. You know.
Oh, really? No, I'm
Yeah, I
good
mean,
with that. I'm
you're
I'm
all
good with
set.
that. I've got a client that uh knows that stuff inside and out. So
Perfect.
he and I took care of it today. Yeah, we got it all set up. But it's all a learning process. And that's what you're in. You're not in survival. If you look at it that way, that's where you'll be. It's just a matter of allowing and understanding that you have to step up and take ownership. I don't know whose quote it is. I don't know. It's Tony Robbins or whatever it is. Whether you think you're right or wrong, you're right. Whatever. You're right because you'll prove it that way. So you have to look at the things that have been blocking you. So Jamie, if you'll do that for 1 week, I just do it and just see how your week is. One thing for certain, Jamie, it won't hurt. That I guarantee. Right? It won't hurt. It's you talking to you, confirming who you are. So, ahas and takeaways. Stanford.
I think that the whole conversation initially how we started about like what the clarity around who like what I do, what do I provide, and all of that of it's really really helpful because it kind of clears up my head, which is full of fuzz right now. So I'm just it's really helpful
You know,
because keep it
you're
simple, stupid. It's kind of that.
yeah, no kidding, right? Your energy, as you are just talking about it,
Mhm.
is really good. Yet you're still afraid to own who you are, aren't you?
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
You're
oh yeah. We're
afraid to
still there.
speak who you are. right?
Yeah.
Guess what? You speak it, other people will believe it, and so will you. It's
Mm-hmm.
you. Speak it.
Mm-hmm.
But I can see that in your energy.
Mm-hmm.
It's real. I mean, it's Stanford. It's like that's who you are. That's what you're going to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan, how about you? Aha, takeaways.
This wasn't something that we directly discussed, but something you said about chaos. I can't remember what it was. It had me maybe it had me, but I can't talk. It gave me a realization that I feel like I'm in a state where I'm better equipped to handle the chaos. Like I still have tremendous amounts of
Mhm.
chaos with my wife mad at me and the kids needing stuff and work, and it's just like no, 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 no. But I feel like I'm in a spot now where I kind of look at it from like the outside. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. My wife's mad at me because I didn't get her soup. Oh, that's curious. And I can look at it, and I'm not like
Yeah,
sucked into it like I normally would be. I'm not sucked into it. I mean, it doesn't feel good, but I used to get so sucked into it, and it would trigger stuff would trigger me.
yeah.
Now I'm
But that
kind of
was
like
your see,
looking
that
at
was
it.
your need that was your neediness because you didn't before you didn't have you.
It's almost like I'm looking at it from an outside perspective,
Yeah,
and I
you
still take,
are.
you know, still take action on stuff, but the to resolve things, but I don't get sucked
Y-
into it like.
Well, they say you're not in reaction anymore. And the word reaction, if you pull the C out of it and you put it on the front,
Creation, right? Yeah, creation.
creation. Yeah, you go from reaction to creation. That's where you are. Yeah, that's powerful.
Thank you.
Ronnie, ahas, take away.
Yeah, definitely the webinar section. So just taking time to really focus on that this week and narrow it down. So rather be my speaking engagement or when I'm discussing with somebody, I can kind of say quickly what I do, what I'm trying to do, and
Hmm.
what I can get out of people working with people.
It's how you can contribute,
Hmm.
not what you can get.
Yes, how I can contribute to others'
If you
lives.
contribute, like generates like.
Hmm. Like that.
Jamie, ahas, takeaways.
Um, let's see. Yeah, I just got like out of like just like letting go of all the different just the different elements I'm focused on, like multiple different things, um and just try to stay in my essence and or just shift my focus over to that essence, which encompasses all the things I do. And letting the things just like happen instead of trying to make them happen, like allowing. I think allowing and making was a big takeaway for me. No, or just like I'm
Yeah,
gonna start just like allowing, letting go and allowing and my intentions are clear. I know what they are, and now it's about allowing them instead of trying to hunt them down in the physical, which is
yeah,
I
just
keep getting further
allow.
and further and further away from where I don't
I
even know
think
what that is anymore. So
I think that you'll find, yeah, you've got to stop thinking about it and looking for perfection and just let it be.
yeah.
I really believe if you will read those things every morning, you
Hmm.
might even want to do it twice a day. The more you do it, the more you realize who you are. The more you realize who you are, you're just breathing more and more and more of it. I mean, look at Stanford now. Like he's really getting who he is in the physical. He knew who he was in the non-physical. He's really getting who he is in the physical.
Yeah.
To the point that he has trouble speaking about it because the power scares him, the physical power.
Yeah.
But that physical power is the value that's going to bring you more income from whoever you work with, Stanford. The more you own it.
Oh yeah.
And the beauty is with each of you is you won't speak You don't have to worry about speaking or things coming past your capacity. It'll always be things that you'll be able to handle. It'll always be things you'll be able to handle. Just take it a step at a time. And when you start doubting, just look at the previous day, because that's in the books, man. You did it. Whatever it was, you did it. And this bullshit you're thinking about just isn't true. Right on. Good meeting. I will send the recording out as short as it is, but also along with all the notes. Sorry, I forgot to turn the recording on. Everybody have a great week. I'll see you next Thursday.
Bye, everyone.
All right.
I guess.
Bye-bye.
Adios.